Welcome to Overwatch. Welcome to another episode of Coaching the Many. I've been lax on uploading these. I'm probably not going to be lax on uploading this one. Very quickly, channel's changing slightly, not too much. I'll probably starting my streams at 8 o'clock. I'm working closer with Unit Lost in the near future. There's a noise in the background of this that's driving me steadily insane. But basically, yeah, I'm helping Sty out a whole bunch. So the stream might be a little bit lower priority. Don't worry, not too much should change otherwise. Should be pretty good. Okay, Bosh, one thing out of the way. Second thing. If you're sending replays, like this fine gentleman does, make sure to include your name in the replay, because if it's a replay code and I just get a replay code and like the email address has no clues on it, sometimes I can just figure it out because, oh, no one else is playing this hero. So this guy sent in like Baptiste and Mercy footage. There's no other Baptiste and Mercy on the field, so hey, I can kind of, you know, intuit. I'm not stupid. I can go, oh, that's probably you. It's going to be interesting because this is a player that, you know, I respect quite a lot. Like, I've played against Silverdale, I've played with Silverdale a few times. He's pretty gosh darn good. He's better than I am at the game, is what I would say. So what we're going to do, as I generally do with these higher ranked coaching sessions, is we're going to try and look for things that, of course, you can improve on, of course, you can try and find and maybe give him some considerations, or like maybe try doing this or look at this doesn't seem quite right. But we're also going to try and look at what makes him good at the game. Like, why is he high ranked? What differentiates him from a low-ranked player? What is the stuff that he's doing that I should be doing, for example, that I could find in my play? Looking at replays from high-ranked players, always a very, very good way of sort of getting an idea of like their overall game plan, I suppose. First thing I want to do as I just pan around very quickly is take a look at his team comp. So we got Dragonite, we got Challenge, we got Sludge 76 and Widow on the DPS, we got Sigma and Orisa, so we got two barrier tanks, and then running out we got like the anti-dive Brigitte, and we got the Baptiste. So at the very least, like in terms of win conditions, you know, Sigma ult always going to be a good one. They got some decent-ish barrier damage with like Soldier and Baptiste combined. It's not too bad. Good anti-dive. Like no one here is really going to be vulnerable to dive except maybe Widow if the cooldown is off, which could be a slight issue, but the Genji here is going to have definitely a tough time. Overall, yeah, we're mostly going to be focused on healing the tanks. Brigitte can handle the Widow. Soldier can kind of take care of himself, so honestly, pretty good, I would say, overall. In terms of sort of thing, we're thinking about who we want to be healing at any given time. This Widow needs to be self-sufficient. Great movement on that. You just go and save that Widow. She needs to really save herself, though. We can't be doing that frequently. It's kind of too risky. Like, here's one thing I've kind of taken into account with Orisa. I don't have Epic Pen open. I need to open Epic Pen. Am I just... Oh, yeah, I'm not on monitor view, so I can just do this quickly. One thing that always occurs to me since the Orisa nerfs a little while ago is to not trust Orisa barriers. As weird as it sounds. Like, as a support player, I've learned that these Orisa barriers, like, they crack in a second. So I'm always very wary of positioning in places. And, like, this point's always kind of awkward. But, like, you know, if I'm out here and this barrier breaks, the corner is a little distance away. And so I tend to play, like, very cognizant of, okay, this barrier is going to break pretty quickly. The Sigma barrier should hold up for a little bit longer. So I'll play here. Is slightly vulnerable to, like, someone flanking around, you know, and coming around from the sides. In general, I do like hugging the corner here and just playing like very close to this wall, because nothing I need to heal is kind of past this wall. Until it starts getting past the wall, then I'm a little bit more worried, and then I'll generally like move to like more over here, because while threats can come from over here, they have to come like all the way out. Let's do this properly. Let's talk sightlines. If they want to like so if I'm stood here, if they want to threaten me, they have to come like all the way out to be able to do it, and that tends not to happen. You guys can't see that. I'm an idiot. There we go. Now you guys can see that. Beautiful. So yeah, it has to come all the way out here if I play like over here. And what I was mentioning earlier, just to like quickly recap, because I realize you guys can't see that, is the Orisa barrier like here. It's going to go down very quickly, so I tend to avoid just playing out here. I tend to just like hug into this corner and just hold this corner. That's how I like it. Thank you, Sebajeans. Very much appreciate it. On the right side, they don't have like a Widow or something, so, you know, we don't have to like play too scared. A little bit panicked, I would say, but fair enough. I have no problem with that mentality field, to be honest. It does put us in a bit of dire straits. Just like minor thing to talk about as we go forward. Whenever this play is when crossing the street. So the way I always internalize this is like I want to move. There's that mentality field. So this is a pretty well done crossing the street. Like it's just the way I have it in my head of like, I'm crossing the street, right? I have to avoid traffic and look both ways. I want to get from here to playing on this side. How do I cross across this like dangerous space? Because all of this area that's coming out of this choke point, this is danger. So using your immortality field, like if you've got it up, you can definitely use it to get some free ground. The other thing with Baptiste I always love doing, and Silverdale does, is as I'm crossing, I will just kind of use my shift. So just okay, immortality field's gone down. See, I would have just jumped all the way across, I think. Uses shift for the extra healing. Gets that, crosses the road, and is over. A little bit safe. Got to be a bit careful, but you can see that dive is having a really hard time getting anything done. Like once that break healing activates, and once the Baptiste healing is coming out, it's fine. That's it. Prioritize the tanks. Okay, Ant Matrix is available. They do have a soldier, so I'm a little bit cautious of like playing up here. I think this is a touch greedy. You can get away with it definitely, but just, you know,
amplification matrix
careful. I guess Soldier's dead, so it's fine. Is he dead? No, he's alive. Where is he? Where is Soldier? What are you doing, son? Oh. He's just out of that. He's just sobbed this, I'm out.
Amplification matrix ready.
This is always a good feeling.
Fully here.
You're playing Baptiste and you know they've got to go through one of two small doors and you can just put a field down and kill everything. Yeah, already planning it out. Honestly, I'd be surprised if they can test this. Nice. Good field as well. Excellent field. I love the placement of that field. That's beautifully done. Look how good this field is. Right, so that's that, and realize this in a very short span of time. Like if I just throw it here, it's protected from, you know, it's not completely protected. It's not like perfect, but it's still kind of awkward, right? Like if they're fighting from here, it's awkward to hit, and that's kind of all you need. Just slightly awkward. I'm still being in sight of everything. Boogie to rally, perfect. That's why I love watching high level play. I love watching high level play because like everyone's doing things sensibly generally. Though we have lost Soldier. Love the jump. Love the use of the jump. This is something that if you do play Baptiste, you should get into the habit of doing. I found it really it helps out a lot. It's just anytime you have that dead time, anytime you have neutral time, probably turn the game down slightly. Anytime you have that like dead time, just get used to crouching and just building up. You don't need much, right? Notice that you don't need much. You really, really don't need much for a jump. Oh, for God's sake.
Regen up.
And you can just get like a little hop, and it does make you a lot safer and a lot more awkward to try and sort of be killed. So even at like moments like this, I would just be crouching, because the reason why I took this on board is I noticed a lot of pros doing this sort of thing, where they're fighting, and then they'll just like crouch for a little bit and just jump, and just keep on like bouncing around. If they have a Widow, if they have like any, you know, a Widow, a McCree, an Ashe, you probably want to be a little bit careful doing this. You know, it's not a thing that you want to do all the time, but it definitely makes you a little bit awkward to hit for stuff, especially for stuff like Genji's, Zarya's. Like just adding that little bit of unpredictability to your movement can be very useful. Is it an OSR, are we guessing? It's higher than mine, yeah. I mean, we know Silverdale. Silverdale pops into the chat. Okay. I don't mind the poke forward there, actually. Like, normally I'd be very down on, like, supports doing stuff like this, but A, you guys cap the point, so you're just waiting for the door, so it's just dead time. They don't have anything that can threaten us. Like, the scariest thing for us is, like, a Zenyatta, which is a good position to be in, right? Like, the most burst hero on their team is Zen. So, we can afford to take some risks. Bounce out, press shift, easy. It's close, but even if he died, it's not like they lose a huge amount in the process. Nice. Tell you one thing I like doing on this point. I think it's if you stand on the payload just as it's going around the corner and you jump, I think you can make it up to here, and you can just like tuck in here. Very, very awkward to deal with you. If they have a Widow or something, of course, don't do this. Again, like Widow forces you to play everything different. Like if they had a Widow, a Pharah, an Echo, you know, anything that could like come over the top here that could be kind of awkward, or the Widow that could just stand over here and just like nail you, that could cause problems. But if you just stand here, it's very difficult for them to deal with you and get rid of you. Playing point is fine too, though. Absolutely fine. Oh, denied. Beautiful.
Got you good as new.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to be here. Like, if they're not playing heroes that deny it, now they are. Now there's a Hanzo out. Now we might have to be a little bit more careful. I want to see if we change our positioning according to, like, if we spot that Hanzo. So that's the soldier. It's a little bit annoying, but, you know, we can tolerate that. There's the Hanzo. Great field. This is spicy. It's certainly a decision. Works out. They really want us. Oh boy. We are popular. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that field. Like, I'm actually more fine with this field than like the idea of just fielding and staying on the high ground. Just because this, ideally, you can try and force your enemy. So what this does is, if you are dealing with an enemy on the high ground, right? If there's someone playing around up in this space, one of the best places you can hide is like right under, because that tends to force them to drop down. You can't, like, people can like stay right on the edge and shoot down, but people just don't do that because it's just like standing still in a very specific location. It doesn't quite work, so people tend to just like drop down to fight you. And ideally, that's kind of what you want, is to try and pull this hands off the high ground with you, and just force him to fight you. I want to contrast this, by the way, with the Ana that we coached the other day, like the other week, where, you know, he was talking about like how, oh, there's like, I'm constantly dealing with this Tracer and struggling with this Tracer and I can't stay alive because I'm always like fighting the Tracer. Notice what Silverdale does, like, even though he's being pressured, so soldier's shooting him, he shoots back a little bit, looks around, looking for a flanker, like, where's the other DPS? Oh, guy's shooting him, and he just ignores him. He's just not worried, like, he's not dealing with the Hanzo in the slightest. He is just focusing, healing on his team. And this is a really important thing to be doing as a support, and then, you know, okay, I've done a bit of triage, now I can turn around, Immortality Field's gone, now I need to pay attention a little bit, and now I can go back to my team. It's just making sure that you're, like, devoting as little brain space as possible to the enemy flankers and the most of your team as possible, because if you do that, you'll find that it just devalues their dive and devalues their flank entirely. Are we paranoid about a soldier? We're looking for something. They have a Widow now. So yeah, playing by the payload. I'd like us definitely to get out of this spot, although the barrier... What is happening? Sort yourself out, Silverdale. Mouse troubles? Like, is the cable stuck or something? I definitely... This is a crossing the street sort of moment to me. Whoop. So 76 T-poses for dominance. Like, this entire space makes me see it. When we're behind the barrier, I'm kind of okay, but I always realize with Sigma barriers, don't know what's happening to him there. Like, Sigma barriers tend to go away. They tend to just be removed with no warning. So I don't like relying on them super much. Now, this is definitely like a, okay, like, if they have a Widow, I need to get... Oh, no, they don't have a Widow. What? No, that... What? 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 Oh, that's Zen. Okay. The way the silhouette was looking, I was so confused. Because the way the silhouette looked, that looks like a Genji. Look at the blue silhouette in the top, in like the middle of the screen. Am I crazy? Because like there's the headband at the back, and he's like doing his jumping animation. I was like, so I was looking at the top and I was like, why can I see a Genji but it's saying there's a Widow and a Hanzo? I'm like, what the hell? Am I looking at the wrong team? No. Jesus Christ, that... Yeah, I'd love to tuck in underneath here. Like, Widow scares me. Now I'm a little bit less scared. Oh, ruined! I'd definitely get out of here. I don't like being here at all. There's a Widow. We had a plan there. It's not a bad plan. I don't like this plan, though. It is a bad plan. I'm going to call it a bad plan, right? The reason why it's a bad plan is they have a Widow. And so, in my mind, like, the rules instantaneously change once Widowmaker enters the enemy team. Where I get the idea of, okay, get Soldier on this high ground and he can, like, shoot down at everyone. But if you're playing at, like, super high rank and they have a Widow, I'm just scared of just, you know, like, pop, dead. And so I would just like to discourage him to do that. I'd probably just put the Ant Matrix on the payload, to be honest, and just keep them pressured. Either that or probably whack it down like here-ish, and just trying to like keep this side, because when people come out on this point, they tend to come out through here. So I'd like to just keep them like pressured back and pushed back, if possible. So I think that's what I would try and do. There's definitely a setup happening there. You see what I mean? Like the Widow just... Thank you! I love it when the game, you know, instantaneously demonstrates to me the exact point I was trying to make. Alright, we should be back in a second. Yeah, Widow's a scary hero. Okay. Yeah, that's not a winnable situation. Okay, we're back. Field. Yep. Get that Orisa. Yep, good. Otherwise, you just let this fight go. Like, it's not a big deal if you lose this. Interesting thing here. I would have just kept shooting him. Let's talk about this moment. Because to me, this is like, okay, the fight's over. Everything here is like... This reminds me of something very specific.
Nope.
That's the thumbnail? I mean, the thing is, it's not a Hammond coaching, so it can't be the thumbnail. I'm screenshotting it, though. Holy shit, that is going in the files. What? What has happened? I mean, this alone is just... What a dynamic moment we have created. I mean, that alone could be the thumb, but jeez. Yeah, it's definitely like a smear frame, but it's very weird when you catch it in game and it'd be that dramatic. Good lord, Hammond. Yeah, all I'd be looking here is I have two priorities: die fast and build ult charge. That's what I'm looking for. See, Soldier's waiting. Good to see. The Widow's a little bit scared. Always good to see. We're back out of spawn. I actually really don't like Orisa doing this because it blows through all of Brigitte's resources. Brig doesn't have that many. Nice. Good. The goal here is to not use Immortality Field. Definitely don't need it now. And now to try and get in there. This is when you go into chat and go, "Oh my god, Widowmaker, you should swap. They have two snipers, you're getting owned." Rip. Rip. Rip! Oh god! Oh, get it away! Yeah. I've gone too far here. I think I've learned through experience when you're in small, like what I would call like a small room fight. I can tell you the precise moment I learned when this situation is really, really, really dire. We're getting some good screenshots out of this. Like, look at how cool that is. Beautiful. Yeah, you learn that situations like this are really bad for the people involved, because it's. Sorry, I enjoy like doing stuff like this. It's sort of my old man hobby is like taking cool screenshots at times. So yeah, the precise moment I learned this was when we were practicing when we were doing Team UK stuff in like 2017. I think not the year that I played on, but the year. No, it might have been the year that I played on, because it was Cruz playing Genji. And Cruz like draws Dragon Blade and dives into like it's not Elios. What's wrong with my brain? China, Night Market. I know the name of the map. I've forgotten. It's on Night Market with like the the enclosed Lijiang. There we go. The enclosed area all around the side, and he dives into that with a Dragon Blade, and then just gets instantaneously annihilated. And it's like, yeah, just don't do that into small rooms. You die fast in small rooms. So the takeaway is like, if you're gonna try and save someone in a small room, get that cooldown in there quickly, because it's always faster than you think. And the nice thing with small rooms is people tend not to notice that the lamp is suddenly transformed into an immortality field, which is always good. Alright, let's get back in. Dragon Knight fainted. I don't like Dragon Knight. Oh no, I do like Dragon Knight. I don't like Dragonair. No. I like Dragonair, I don't like Dragon Knight. I like the lizardy ones. The serpenty ones. God damn it. My brain today is scrambled, clearly. Whoa! Whoa. As you remember playing, I think the first time I played Fire Red, I intentionally did not evolve it. I didn't really understand like evolving was kind of a big deal, but honestly, doesn't really matter. It's single player Pokemon. Is this greedy? So yeah, playing with the Orisa barrier. Dodge that. Feels good, man. I would have still probably erred on the side of caution. Like, maybe I'm ridiculously paranoid. Like, once this Dragon Strike comes through, I'd have probably gone to, like, here instead. Like, right to the corner, to hold against this wall. Again, I'm just the world's most scaredy cat when it comes to positioning. And I'm just thinking, like, if there's, a good setup for these guys would be, like, Hanzo Dragon Strikes through here, and then Widow just waits here and just, like, picks everyone off trying to run away from it. Luckily, she's not doing that. She's, like, engaged with your Widow, I think. So they're engaged, so the wedding will be soon. Nope, she's shooting a Venom Mine. Okay, that's what she's shooting. So they're not engaged. Feels bad, man. I mean, one would have to kill the other to maintain the Widowmaker status. Slightly greedy, but yeah, I'm fine with that, actually. Like, it lets you break out of that space. Gets you a cheeky kill. That's all you could really ask for out of that ulti. Maybe do a coordinated thing with the Orisa, but honestly, I think just getting momentum is more important. I hate sniping from the fidget spinner. It's just hideous. I hate doing anything from the fidget spinner. I don't know about you, but I loathe moving terrain. Yeah, just take the duel. That's why she did it. So this is a clever immortality field, and I like it a lot. I would not do this in gold. Let's put it this way. I would definitely not do this immortality field in gold, because the danger here is that this Widow has Infrasight. But what Infrasight doesn't show you is immortality field. So if this Widow just stays put, and snipes, and the immortality field is up, she actually wins, right? Look in the wrong corner. Right, you can't lose the duel with the field up. So it's putting a lot of faith in your Widowmaker, but if you have, like, if your Widowmaker's popping off, you can absolutely support them a huge amount with that. And the nice part is the Infrasight then kind of acts as a bait for the other Widow. So it's like, oh, I'm right here. I am so vulnerable. Oh, you could blow my head off, and then they die. It's great.
Initiating match.
Yeah, Dragonite's the fat dragon. Why is it fat? That's my question. It like starts off, it's like this super rad sea serpent like dude, and I love those things. It looks awesome. And then just like it has like a ball on its chin. And then it just turns into a big fat dragon, and you're like, what the hell? It looks so kind. Yeah, but it's meant to be, it's like a pseudo-legendary, like, this is one of the best Pokemon in Gen 1. And for some reason, it's a big, jolly, fat dragon. In fact, it's fat. Don't you dare thick post in my gen. He's not fat, he's thick. He's a thick dragon. I had to go up and... Well, actually, no, that theory's wrong because it's got to be wrong, surely. Because it's a Chinese myth that the cart swimming up a waterfall, like if a cart swims up a waterfall, then it turns into a dragon. I like the Butterfree Venomoth theory that Venomoth was meant to evolve into... Not Venomoth. Venonat was meant to evolve into Butterfree, and Caterpie was meant to evolve into Venomoth. Makes a huge amount more sense visually. Okay, team comp. Always think about the team comp. Double hit scan. Oh, Hog Reeser. Spicy. We want to be left clicking into halts, and honestly, that's kind of it. Yep. That's our game plan. Anyone know what rank this is? I'll be curious to see what you guys think. I mean, I've said that it's, you know, it's higher than me, so you don't have that many options, to be honest. GM, it's a good place to start, but high GM, low GM. GM's a big place. GM has by far the biggest diversity of any rank. So far, looks good though. Okay, that's scary. Widowmaker, yep. I definitely would not be doing this. I know the Widow's just died. Yeah, the Widow's just died. You can do this. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt here and say that you notice Widow's dead, so... I'll definitely be moving down about now, though. Yep. Good. See, I'm scared. I know it's unlikely, but again, all I think of is like, oh, Widow could just pop up here and just nail you. So... When dealing with Widowmakers, I tend to just get like very defensive in my positioning, just because I'm always paranoid. I'm eternally paranoid. So I'd probably be playing in here, to be honest, and just like ducking in and out to do my healing. Let me like get a more realistic speed. So I'll just be like douche, 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 douche. And then if you need to retreat, you can either come out this way, or if you want to go super safe, you can just like run through here, come out, and be fine. The alternative, like, I definitely don't like playing over here as much, just because the payload's super in the way. You just fire your heal nades at this up here, just try and keep people alive. But the issue I have is that it's very easy. If they just suddenly take all the ground in front of you, you get caught off, you get cut off. It's very difficult to then, like, run through here and escape, or to, like, try and brute force your way out, and it's just a good way to die. Yeah, I like this is fine when the barrier's up. Like, I would even go as far, and like this is just, again, minor like optimizations. I would go even as far as to, in this moment here, where we're playing around the corner, barrier goes up, I'd probably be crouching here. Like, as weird as it sounds, just to like minimize the angle that she needs to like get a peek over this barrier. Just to make it as awkward as humanly possible. It also gives you your jump. Like I said, when idle, like having that jump charged up, not often a bad thing. Can be a bit risky with the Widow, but beautiful. Yep. That's a Dragon Strike. Get that McCree! Yes! Yes! Excellent! Excellent! Look at how good this is. So, beauty of Immortality Field runs forward to make sure that this is hitting the Widow and not just hitting the Roadhog. Keeps the McCree alive. I'd like a little bit of a faster reaction on the McCree, but we kind of get there in the end, which is fine. We keep him alive. A little bit of surfing. Hey, we know where everything is. Support the Widow. Okay, definitely stop doing that. Yep. Get back, get back, get back. Get behind the barrier. Right in the barrier. No, no, what are you... You're a support player, Silverdale. Don't know Josh's rank. Generally like 3.6, 3.7k on support. I just use the default control. So I want to show you someone who's very, very angry. It's like, just cuddle the Brigitte for the love of God. Look at it. Look at this. Look at this charming Swedish lass. Okay, look at how pretty she is, and she's even glowing. She's radiant. Ah, who wouldn't want to cuddle that? You run away from it. I'd definitely be cuddling up, trying to get that rally hit points. Double sniper! Double sniper! So don't you step in front of this barrier. And luckily their team just can't handle it, apparently. I wouldn't be standing here. No. No, don't stand here. Why are you standing still up here? Stop it. Yep. Yep. So the consideration for this immortality field is, you know, trying to figure out where the bomb's going. If there is any doubt in your mind that about where it's going to end up, chances are, if she's throwing it and it's coming towards you, it's probably going to land, like, you know, she wants to put it like here. So there's a good chance that it's going to land around there. Like, give the enemy, generally, when in doubt, give the enemy the benefit of the doubt that they can do something competent. And so when you're just in these situations, just kind of like waiting, and just like, what do I do? Yeah, just use the immortality field. Because if you die, you don't have it anyway, so use it. Beautiful. That's a great ult from the Hammond. That's really, really good, actually. Yeah. You tried. There's no way that was going to work, to be honest. Definitely ignore those. Just focus on the healing for now. Yeah. Get that Roadhog up and running. Definitely, like, they're just ignoring the field as well. That's beautiful. Okay. Easy. So during these frenzy moments, I think we lose track of our positioning slightly, which, you know, it makes sense. It's just the thing I'm trying to, like, observe is, like, you know, if I'm this guy and I'm paying any kind of attention, where it's like, you know, they got that shit on lock. If I look over here, so again, I would be playing close to this wall, just like hugging walls, very, very useful. When in doubt, hug a wall, and trying to avoid, you know, when you hug the wall, you have like this little bit of space that's gonna be kind of safe from like anyone stood in this area. And anyone like pushing over here, they have to get like all the way around to start getting to you. So you can see like how good positions like this are. And then if you are worried about like being, you know, pushed on, if you want to play it like really tightly, just crouch and just wait. And then the moment that they start aggressing on you, just jump and you can kind of just jump out. Risky because yeah, you're jumping into the open, but it does give you options that you might not otherwise have. Because I think if this Hanzo, like, the fact that he's so centered on the Widow is doing us huge favors, which is like, this is what the Widow should be doing, right? She's creating pressure just by existing. It's pulling all the attention away. It does look like, this better be good. I mean, wow, okay. Oh, there was a dragon strike. They still haven't killed this Orisa. Holy shit, Orisa. Nice job. I want to see where this dragon went. Where do you put that? Oh, it's a spawn dragon. Okay. No! Oh, it gets the brig. Okay. Road kill. Ha ha. And Hanzo, play careful. With Hanzos, I tend to be a little bit more jump happy than like if they have a Widow. I don't mind jumping around too much. Just because Hanzos tend to, like... You know, if Hanzo jumps up here and he wants to shoot something, he's going to try and put arrows like here and like, you know, try and hit, you know, around this height. He's not going to try and put an arrow up here. If he does, and like you've jumped and then he puts an arrow up there, you just kind of go, sure, like, whatevs, I guess. I definitely wouldn't just stand in that sight line though. Oh. Notice how the team didn't panic as well. That's nice. That was real spicy from the team. This is what a team that trusts sort of does. I don't know whether this is a call on voice chat, but notice how like no one panics and like drops down. They don't give up their ground. The McCree was close, but the Brigitte, you know, she looked after herself. Most people did do a little bit to dodge, but still work with each other. Beautiful. Hey, Grim. It's been a little while. Hope all is good. At least it feels like it's been a little while. Maybe I'm just been ignoring you. I don't know. I was wondering. Yep, enemy target focus. I mean, target focus is going to be enough to overwhelm us, so this fight is a loss, but... I'm not sure we could have done much more there. Oh! Oh, who's this hero? I'm actually curious. It helps the Widow a lot. Like, it helps the Widow, it helps the McCree. Kind of, yeah, sort of helps the Roadhog. Like, good res target. Definitely feels like this is playing to the Widow.
You should be at peak performance level.
It's interesting to then damage jump the McCree. Okay, yeah, she's coming out of spawn. Well, poor Brig saved us there a little bit, I think. Yeah, can't res. Too risky. See, this is where like I want to question like the Mercy swap. And this is where I honestly struggle a little bit because I am not a Mercy player. So it doesn't occur to me in this moment to go, you know what, we really could use a Mercy. It will help against picks, absolutely. No, my thought is like, if you're going to come out and just damage jump the McCree, you might as well just be left clicking with Baptiste anyway.
You should be at peak performance level.
It will help a lot against like the Hanzo just finding a single kill. We just out of range? Did they mess that up? Okay, no. Oh, the Roadhog. Did he like block it? No. I think it just landed in a shit location. Like, the issue I have with the team comp right now is you've lost all the AoE healing that was kind of making it work. So we have to kind of babysit the tanks because Brigitte can't do it as well. I like the D.Va pick here. Hanzo comes out. Can't help that, yeah. Notice how all the supports go and support the McCree. Nice pick up on the D.Va. That's it. Drop low. Excelente. Nice, just making sure no one dies, and honestly, make sure the diva doesn't die. Ah! Nice. Good job. Brigitta's going to be so good in that small room as well. I definitely want to get on that Hanzo. Why up the McCree? Up the Hanzo, yeah. Just, like, he has so much good damage potential. Surely. It should be a dead Mercy, yeah. So I'm curious to see when the Valkyrie comes in. Might be now. No, kept it cool. Whoa! Oh! Oh no! Oh god, I felt that. Oh! How close did we just get to death? I like the Brigitte like warding off the Hammond. It's like we just kind of like run out and go up, and it's just like oh, Valkyrie, yeah. Like there's so many people low, just seems the sensible decision. This is tricky. I wants to go and get the res. I agree with the decision to go and get the res. Oh, the Brigitte's stopping it. Yep, good bail. So this was a lot of good decision making happened here. So the Orisa dies, and it's like, you know what? I can res that. But he can't just dash to the Diva because there's a risk he just flies into the minefield. So he wants to do it carefully, goes in. The Brig gives us a slap on the bum. Bonk! And then turns around and sees there's a Brigitte coming. You cannot res if a Brigitte is trying to hit you, right? She will just stun you out of it every single time.
My shield's up.
Wanted it, didn't get it. Gets back out. Beautiful. Oh god. They're just laying on that pressure. Yeah, let's run back to the spawn. I don't think, does damage jump even do anything if there's an Orisa supercharger? I don't think it does. Like mechanically, I don't think your damage jump just gets completely overwritten, doesn't it? Because it just caps it at 50% damage boost. It stacks? Really? Well, damage amplification's capped at 50. You can't help that Diva. There we go. She needs to help herself. She needs to come back to you. I like the patience there. Good res. Excelente. Getting the value. Good save. Great awareness. Like this is what you want to be doing as a support, right? Notice that like every second it's questioning like who really needs the support. Making sure that even just touching the McCree for a second with the heal beam once he activates that ult. Because what the enemy team should be doing, and like this is how you gotta think, is like the McCree goes, you know, step right up, reach for the sky, you know? And then everyone on the enemy team should go, I gotta kill that dude. I'm gonna shoot that. And so you wanna go like, okay, I just gotta make sure that he's okay for the first couple of seconds. Like that initial second is just like, oh. You can stack nano damage amp on Bongo. I'm pretty sure you can. I know you could stack amplification matrix because amplification matrix is a different set of rules. It's not a buff to your damage. It's a buff to the projectile. If that makes sense. The buff is applied to the projectile, not you, and therefore it's not the same. Whereas Mercy and Orisa are both damage buffs to the individual. Nano boost as well. They're all damage boost buffs to the individual. I know there is a cap, I just don't know what it is. Again, I'm not a Mercy player. You know what? Let's solve that problem. Overwatch, damage boost, cap. Damage amplification. Projectiles are only amplified when the hero has been damaged with the release. Abilities that cannot be damage boosted. Don't care. Calculation. Added together. Highest damage. Okay, this is no mention of a cap, but I'm sure there was a cap added. 2018. The issue is some of this is like so out of date. When was this? Because there was a patch a while back on Arisa's release. Yeah, I think it was Arisa's release that they capped it to 50%. Like, I know Mercy Zen was like an odd interaction because it was a damage buff and then a damage, like, debuff to the enemy.
Let's get you back out there. Heroes never die.
Oh my god. Yeah, there was no winning there. That was a good move by them. Got a game.
Score 3-3.
You need 4 people to try. Honestly, you just need 2 people. Well, you need 3 people, I think. Oh no, you could do it with 2, I guess. The easiest thing to do would be to find something that does like 100 damage. Is there anything that does 100 damage? On the dot? Fire Strike? Fire Strike. So if you go into like the training range with a Reinhardt, an Orisa, and an Ana, Nano plus Supercharges should make it 1 shot. And that should give you pretty good numbers. Whoop.
Let me get you patched up.
Yeah, I want to say it's 80% as well. That feels right to me. Again, it might be confusing with the damage resistance cap, which I think was 70 for a while. Nice shot. So, talking team comps for a second. This would be a really good Baptiste team. I do not trust the wiki as far as I can throw it. Evangeline. It's generally not well updated and maintained. It can get a bit weird. This? I mean, yeah, this is Mercy gameplay. This is what Mercy gameplay looks like. I'm not being very helpful at the moment, but staying out of line of sight, holding left mouse button, holding right mouse button. You could not ask for better Mercy gameplay. I do think Baptiste would have worked better here, myself. But that's just my personal biases talking, maybe.
Score 3-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
What? Okay, you got to break out. You have 1 minute 21 to get the payload to there. I don't think Mercy's the play here.
I'll be watching
Ready
over
for
you.
battle.
I feel most unwelcome here.
Ana, Mercy, Orisa, and a Hog Dummy.
Attackers incoming.
You could just do it with Ana, Orisa, and a Reinhardt, and then in the training range.
Right beside you.
In theory, Supercharger plus Nano Boost will make Fire Strike 1 shot. Pharmacy. Okay. If there's a pharmacy involved, yeah, I think Fire is the play. I like the patience from the team.
Ready for 3,
I don't know if this was pre-organized,
1.
but this guy like pokes his nose out and goes like, "Is there a widow? Is there a widow?" And then he's like, "No, there's no widow." They're playing that garbage. They have no answer to this. Pharmacy is a good solution here. Yeah, just stick that staff right into her bum and just don't let go, I think is the answer here. Honestly. I felt that, you know. Oh god, I just looked at that and I was just like, yeah, no, that's. You want the Zenyatta experience? You wanna know why I've been down on Zenyatta lately and been like, you know what? Don't bother playing Zen. Just brace yourselves, because oh boy, that's it. There we go. That's the Zen experience that I've grown to know and love. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh lord. Just. Yeah. What can he do? What can the poor boy do? You know, there's nothing. There's no solutions here. There's no answers. There's just go back to the spawn, you bitch, and pick Moira. Okay, at least he died, and you got the res. Good, excellent. This should be an easy win from this point on, because now the Zen damage should actually really start mattering a lot. Come on, Farah. Get them kills. It's where you put your feet up and, you know, you get to work, bitch. Nice.
Victory.
I love the new effect from Leslie's damage boost being here. Yeah, it splits.
You should be at peak
I believe. No, the healing is like the split beam, isn't it? The damage is the electric beam. They did that a while ago. It's good stuff. Good visuals. I mean, Blizzard are known for good visuals. I like this skin as well. I use this skin. Does feel a bit wow because of the moon stuff. Feels very night elfy, but it's a fun skin. Ooh, I could do some Bane, like just get. So this is how you literally like look for thumbnails and stuff. You look for expressions like that one. In general, you're like looking for people to take damage. Like when people take damage or when they shoot in Overwatch. Whoop. They tend to have like good facial expressions. Nice. Perfect. The video affects everything with window as well. Overall, like the only thing that I will fault for is like very minor positioning things. Where we're playing moderately careful, I would just, speaking for myself, I would play slightly more careful. When in doubt, when the sniper's on the map, I like to hug walls. I like to just like hug in on walls pretty tight. When you have a little bit of free time, using that crouch is it's going to be very helpful. Saw no faults with like immortality field usage. Nothing sort of alarmed me in terms of using the shift. Heal prio seemed good. Like everything seemed fine. The hardest part, I think, once you start hitting this rank, you know, the rank for those of you who you know are trying to guess and follow along, it just says Grandmaster. I'm pretty sure like Silverdale's like 4.1, 4.2k. SR, like he's real gosh darn good at the game, so just no surprise to see like he's solid on it. Like all the fundamentals look good. It's just very minor things, and like what makes improvement at this level is either pushing like to the most extreme sense of like I don't miss a shot anymore. Alternatively, it's like just having a really good feel for enemy ult pacing and your team's ult pacing. And like there's a couple of opportunities where we could have done something with the Orisa maybe. Baptiste plus Orisa is a win condition and is a power combo that you can absolutely exploit. But their team wasn't ever really like, you know, it's not like they matched barriers with barriers, so there was never really good opportunities to do that sort of stuff. But it's just something to keep in mind, especially for like retake situations where the enemy team is trying to get back onto like third point, for example, or you guys are fighting on third point. And you have moments like this where, like, you know that they're going to be pushed back. And so moving with the Orisa instead to have an opportunity to get, like, that bongo plus Amp Matrix sort of combo rolling would probably be, like, a little... just something to have in your back pocket, just to keep it in mind. Otherwise, Amp Matrix doesn't really play super nice with some other stuff. Like, it can play nice with things like nano boosts and things, but it's mostly, like, bongo plus Matrix is the big thing. What's your personal favorite hero both in terms of lore and gameplay? It's got to be Zenyatta. 100%. Good question. Yeah, it's Zen. Zen has some of the most fun gameplay as a support I've ever played. And he's got, like, he's really cool lore. I really like the lore that he has. I just wish there was more of it. Boss Tech Formula, blame the controller. He has numbers on the screen as well. He stacks nano damage boost, bongo, and window, and disco for maximum damage potential the target can take. Zen lore? I mean, just like the basic Zen idea of, like, a bunch of robots living in, like, an inhospitable environment for humans in the mountains. Like, that's going to be really hard for humans to survive, to, like, reflect on the soul and the nature of the soul. Spiritual AI is always, like, a really cool thing. I think Zen just has, like... it's the coolest design they've come up with. It's the coolest idea they've come up with, and they haven't done anything with it. But it is by far the most interesting thing in Overwatch, in my opinion. It's what makes Overwatch kind of, hey, this is a little bit different than just like generic hero sci-fi future. It's like the idea of the Omnics and the like spiritual machines. I think is just fun to me. I just like that idea. So yeah. Give me more to do with this bad boy. Right, that's going to be it for this VOD review. If you want to send in more, you can absolutely email them. Make sure if you're going to send me an email that you send me a code with it, or a VOD. Someone has emailed in and sent me an email with no code and no VOD. So it's a lovely email. You know, I need practice in aiming and not spinning around. I think I did a good job during defense, but during attack, I just wasn't getting much energy. And it's like, I can't see it. I don't know what you've done, friend. Otherwise, if you have VODs that you want coaching, whack them in the chat. I'm going to update coaching. Yeah, I probably want to go through and just do a bunch of updates to a bunch of stuff. I'll probably do it on Wednesday. Thinking about it.